That will be great. We'll just, right, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and assembled company, welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. And today is Tuesday. Therefore, it is the turn of our young tellers. And we have with us at the moment two tellers from India. One I can see, or I could see until she turned her video off, and one I can't see, but will undoubtedly join us, or maybe would want to disconnect and connect again, because I'm not sure whether Princess D, whether you're having, whether just a sec, I've got a message coming in. Let me have a look at this. Well, Princess D, you both want to leave after you narrate. I'll put Princess D on first if she can, if I can see her, and if it's been so long since you were here, and but if you can unmute and show yourself, that would be great. I'm just going to answer this. Please unmute and show video. That would be great. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for that, then, I'm going to change the order. I'm going to put Jasname on first, and so we'll put Jasname and we've got other people joining us. Fantastic. So, Jasname, have you got a story for us?
Yes, I do.
And I believe you're having to leave immediately afterwards because you've got something at school tomorrow.
Yes.
As has Princess D. So we'll put you on first. So, Yasmin, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasname and I'm from India, Punjab. Today I'd be narrating the story, The Cloak of Night. Back when all the animals were given their coats, when all the birds had been given their feathers, and the celestial spinners took the last darkness and spun it into a thread, and they created a cloak of night. Most of the animals and birds were very happy with what they had. The lion loved its mane, the elephant loved its trunk, and the peacock could not stop admiring its beautiful tail. Only one of them was unhappy, which was the raven. In those days, raven had beautiful feathers, colorful, and used to spread light. Wherever it went, there were gasps of admiration because it was impossible for people not to praise Raven for its beautiful feathers. But in truth, Raven did not want that. He was shy and wanted to stay alone. So one day, what happened that he decided to take the cloak of night and become dark. The world stayed there. He took the cloak of night and went away, wrapped itself. Not only that, after that, the sun came and it was never night. It started to get hotter and hotter, and all the animals and birds started to get angry. So they held a council to find a solution because surely it couldn't be day every day. First, the sparrow tried to go to the moon to request to come out, but they could not. Finally, someone else tried. And then they knew about the celestial spinners that they'd created the cloak of night. And one day, the swallow came to the looms of the cosmic weavers, who were busy making pattern of stars. To the swallow's surprise, they were weaving them into a light background. She asked them if they could be kind enough to weave one more new cloak of night because it wasn't getting dark. The celestial weavers replied that they had first woven the cloak of night using all the darkness. And of course, the darkness was finished. They asked him if she could persuade the celestial spinners to spin some more black thread. It would be nice so they could get a cloak. The swallow flew off and went to speak to the celestial spinners, who were busy spinning something gold and silver. She apologized for disturbing them, but she said she would be very kind if they had enough thread to build a black thread. They bowed their heads and said that they would be happy to spin enough black thread for a new cloak, but they had used all the darkness to spin the thread for the first cloak. They did assure her, however, that if she could create some darkness, they would be able to do it. The swallow went back down to its animals. The world was very happy to see because they'd get an answer. They looked at each other and said, "We need to get darkness." And someone said, "What if we go to the moon and put the moon in front of the sun? We'll get darkness." If only one of us could fly up and push the moon across the sun, that might create enough darkness for the spinners to work. They all agreed, but now they needed someone to do it. Someone who could fly high. It was the eagle. The eagle was ready. But if it used its paw, the moon would burst. So it needed someone. The lion said, "I will help you. I will ride on to you to the moon." But the animals didn't agree because the eagle knew as soon as they landed, the lion would eat it. And then came the mighty elephant. "I would go with you." Eagle said, "No, look at your weight. How would I be able to fly? How would I able be to fly?" And then the mouse said, "I can do it." All the animals laughed, but the eagle thought it was the best suggestion. So far with the mouse on his head, the eagle flew. "Hold out your hands tight," ordered the eagle, "because we are going to fly." "Hold tight," cried the eagle, and they flew high. The mouse gripped onto Eagle's head with his tiny black legs, and they were able to succeed. They did this over and over again. They put the moon in front of the sun. They rolled it until it was darkness. They kept rolling on the moon and until one more the sun's rays shone down upon the earth because there has to be both light and darkness. The spinners managed to spin enough black thread for the cosmic weavers to weave a new cloak of night. When the eagle and the mouse came back to the earth, they had a great feast and had been prepared for them, and they graduated their work. However, ever since then, so often the mouse climbs on the eagle, and they do this every day. Thank you.
Well, before Princess D comes on, I'm going, because I know Yesname is going to go, I'm going to ask for comments on that. Cara, would you care to say anything about the story or about how it was told?
I thought that was a fantastic story. I loved all the details that you put in about how the animals were all happy with what they had to begin with, and then the raven wanting to have the cloak of darkness and so on. I just thought the details that you put in, your expressions, you were so enthusiastic. It was wonderful.
Baba C.
I came in a little late on the story, but as always, expressive, captivating, enchanting, and full of wisdom. I enjoyed the story immensely.
You came in one line late.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yesname, where did you get that story?
I got it from the book you gave me, and it's written by you.
Oh my goodness. I hated to. Thank you. And on that note, I had to confess, but I thought it was much better for you to confess. Now, Yes, mate, I know you've got to go, but if you could stay another few minutes to listen to Princess D, that would be great. She's got to go quite early as well. Princess D is not going to turn out on her camera because her internet's a little unstable. So we're going to have a radio program from Princess D.
Catch her up
and
live.
if you can introduce yourself and say where you're from, Princess D. It's good to see you back.
Hello all, my name is Divija and I'm from Varanasi. And it's been so long I haven't attended World Storytelling Cafe and it feels so good I'm back. So today I'll be narrating a story which is named as Sumitra to the Rescue. So before I begin, I'd request you all to imagine. Close your eyes and here I go. In a certain town lived a rich trader with his wife, his only son, and his daughter-in-law. Their lives were very comfortable, till for some strange reason the king of the land banished them, and they had to flee. Leaving all their possessions behind, while the trader's son was rather dull and easygoing, his wife Sumitra was a very intelligent young woman. She managed to hide 4 valuable rubies in the rotis they cooked with them to eat on their journey to a nearby kingdom. Finding work in a new city turned out to be difficult, and the trader soon became desperate. I do not know what to do, he confessed to Sumitra. If life goes on like this, we'll starve to death. Such a calamity will never befall us. She said confidently, Pitaji, please take this ruby to the market and sell it. I hid it on our food when we left our old home. She handed him one of the 4 rubies. God bless you, my child, said the trader. We can live for several months on the money I get from stealing this ruby. He went straight to the market, but as luck would have it, the merchant he approached was in reality a clever thief. Seeing this valuable ruby, he approached was in reality. Seeing the valuable ruby, he decided to steal it instead of paying for it. Please wait here, he said to the unsuspecting trader, while I put together the payment for your ruby. He offered the trader a seat, which was actually a trap. The moment the trader sat on the cloth cupboard,
Uh-oh. It was a trap. Princess D got caught in the trap.
I'm back.
Yay!
It was a trap. The moment the trader sat on the cloth cupboard seat, it collapsed, and he fell through an opening, landing on hard ground far down below. The thief covered the hole with a big slab of stone, left the poor trader to starve the ruby. Day turned into night, but the trader did not return home. When 3 days had gone by with no news of him, his family became very worried. Sumitra handed the second ruby to her husband and said, Go in search of your father. If the need arises, sell this ruby." The son searched all over the town but could not find his father. He decided to sell the second ruby so that he could buy food and clothes for his family. Unfortunately, he too went to the same wicked merchant who trapped him as he had trapped his father and took his ruby. Sumitra and her mother-in-law waited, but once again no one returned. Now what were the two women to do? Sumitra went to the market, sold whatever little jewelry she was wearing, and bought food, clothes, and other necessities for the household. Strangely, she also bought a uniform. The next day, she distinguished herself as a man, put on the uniform, and went to the king's court. The king was impressed by the fresh-faced, earnest youth and employed him to patrol the streets at night. Just outside the town was a jungle, and in that jungle lived a woman named Rakshi. That night, Rakshi assumed the shape of a weeping woman and approached the new Havaldar. "Please help me," she begged. The king has had my husband hanged inside the city jail. I want to see him just once before he is buried." Sumitra, being the kind woman she was, allowed to Rakshai, Rakshi to enter the jail. But the moment she saw the hanging corpse of her so-called husband, she began to devour it, realizing she had been fooled by Rakshi. Sumitra drew her sword and in a flash beheaded the wicked creature. The head and the body of the demon disappeared as they hit the ground, but a gem-studded silver anklet lay on the ground. The next day, Sumitra handed over the anklet to the king and related the entire incident. The king was very happy to be rid of Rakshi, who had planned his kingdom for many months, and was delighted to receive the valuable anklet. He offered the new Havaldar a huge reward. "Your Majesty," said Sumitra, "I seek no reward except control over the market of this town." "Your wish is granted," said the king with a grateful smile. Sumitra had already made extensive inquiries and was more or less certain about which merchant had robbed her husband and her father-in-law and probably kidnapped them as well. Now, now armed with the authority the king had bestowed on her, she accosted the merchant. He denied, but when his shop was searched, the trader and his son were discovered underground, almost unconscious from starvation. They were immediately rescued and revived with food and care, and the wicked merchant was hanged for his crimes. Sumitra removed her distinct voice and appeared before the king with her entire family. The king praised her resourcefulness and courage and rewarded her richly. Their hardship was finally over, and from then on the family prospered. Thank you.
You. That was wonderful, Divija. And so, and I really like, don't mess with a clever woman. Baba C and I know this. Our white beards have told us this because we've obviously failed to take that advice at times in our life. So I got one for Cara. What did you think of that reading? I just loved the way the voice got more confident as we went on.
Yeah, Princess D, I thought the way that you told that story was wonderful. Just really good expressions, enthusiasm. And yeah, when you got to the bit when she got to decide what her reward was to choose that, you expressed that so well. So thank you for that. It was wonderful.
Alicia, it's really good to see you again. Have you got? I know you came in a little late, but have you got some encouraging words to say? You're muted.
Hello. Good evening, and wish you a very happy and prosperous new year. How you all are doing?
We are doing well. We've had you missed Jesname, which was who did a great story early. Well, I mustn't say that was a great story because it was one of mine. But there's and you came in a little late to Divija. But
Yes. Actually, this is peak dinner time, so we are busy with.
Yeah. I've done it as early as I can for India. That's why I've moved it forward till 4 o'clock because. But I can't move it any earlier because otherwise we blow out Europe.
How are you, Miss Care? Care One Nature. Is this your name or?
Cara. So I'm Cara Silversmith. So yeah, I do nature stories, which is why I say One Nature. Yeah.
I see.
It's wonderful to hear the young tellers and to see you.
Well, thank you, Abelicia. Now,
how are you?
Baba C.
How are you? Baba C, how are you? Hujambo. Hey, Hujambo.
Hujambo Rafiki. Yes, my friend. The new year is beginning with new adventures. That's all I can say at this point. But I'm happy. I think 24 is going to be very prosperous for all of us. So I'm wishing everybody a happy new year. But please, I know you heard parts of Princess D's story. What did you think of it?
Actually, frankly speaking, I did not listen. I was busy with my household chores, so I could not listen. But I will ask her to repeat the same story. Actually, she was there in a room, and I was there in the kitchen, so I could not listen. But later, I'll listen. Later, I'll listen.
Well, you should be very proud of her. You should be very proud of her.
Yes. Thank you so much. And you people are there to encourage her. Since long time she has joined the cafe, but I was telling the other day that you should keep on joining the cafe so that you will learn. You will learn and you will get more and more experience.
Well, what a wise parent. Baba C, what did you think? Now you could comment.
Well, first of all, we've missed her. And we're so glad she's back. And we want to encourage her to join us because, after all, she is one of the princesses and we miss her. I like the story. It was a bit complicated, but I like the way she, toward the end, how she drew all the elements together and made them come together and made them really. She took all the little complications and she uncomplicated them. And that's what I like toward the end. And I like that. And I agree with John about never mess with a wise woman. Yeah. So I enjoy her storytelling. And I want to encourage her to join us because we miss her, and I still want her and Princess Jasname and the other princesses to do a whole set together because they're so prolific. So please join us and continue telling stories.
Yes, yes, definitely. And probably next Wednesday and next Tuesday, we'll join with some more set of students. We are in, actually, the schools are closed down due to due to just cold. And probably next week, the school will reopen, and the children are practicing short stories. Actually, I'm teaching 3 to 4 year old students, and they have practiced simple, short stories. So maybe 2 or 3 students will join the cafe, and they will.
Maybe. Oh, we would love that.
We would
That would
love
be
it.
really, that would be amazing. So
They
please
are,
do.
and
Princess Divija, I just so glad to have you back. Now, what have we got coming up? What have we got coming up? We have, well, Friday. No, Friday. We've got Bob Canagus, and if we're lucky, his wife Liz will be telling stories. That's at 6 o'clock UK time. Be quite late in India, about midnight or something. But and again on 6 o'clock on Sunday, we have our worldwide story round where everyone of whatever age, so from 0 to 100, is welcome to come on and tell a story. And that's hosted by Mike Russ from Get a Word on Edgeways in Edgeways. And then the following Friday, we've got someone else entirely. The schedule will be up soon. But for now, we've got Bob on Friday. We've got Worldwide Story Round on Sunday. And then, of course, on Tuesday, we have my favorite program of the week, the International Young Tellers.
young tellers.
Yeah, so that sort of rules out Babasi and myself. Although,
just by hair.
Yeah, I know your heart is young, Babasi. But your beard gives it away. But there's so thank you very much thank you very much for your support, Abelicia. It's nice to see your face again.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much.
And Cara, thank you for supporting us. Babasi, if you didn't support us, I'd worry. The world would not be as it should be. And so I see Davija's had to go. There you are. There you are. Whoa, thank you, Davija. We hope to see you back. But thank you for coming on. And as always, Waleed.
I wish to take a screenshot. Can I see a beautiful smile on your face, Mr. Rowe? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you once again. Okay, see you on next Tuesday. Bye-bye. Take care and ciao. Bye-bye.
Until the next
Waleed, thank you for flying the magic carpet, as always. Well, yes. That's Waleed. The magic carpet is flown from Morocco, because where else would you fly a magic carpet from?
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Ciao. Good night. See you.
Night.
Take
care. Good night.
Bye-bye. Namaste.
Take care. Stay blessed. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care, John Rowe. See out.